Standing 300 meters high, the Abeno Harakas is the tallest building in Japan, towering over the city of Osaka. It was completed in March of last year and has become the crowning glory of the Kintetsu Corporation, one of the largest rail network firms in Japan. If Abeno Harakas represents the new face of the Kintetsu company, to the east of the city, in the industrial area of Higashi Osaka, you'll find one of the company's oldest ventures, the Kintetsu Liners Rugby Union Club.
The club was formed by employees of the company. It's led the rugby scene here in Japan for over 80 years now.
The Liners were founded in 1929 and were the second professional rugby team to be established in Japan, after the Kobe Steelers, who were formed in 1928. The people of Higashi Osaka are passionate about their local team, and this part of Japan is known as Rugby Town. General manager of the Kintetsu Liners is their former player, MASAHIRO KIMURA.
I'm very proud to have worn the club's jersey. This team has such a long history, and that makes them very important, not only to myself but also to those involved with Japanese Rugby Union as a whole. And it goes without saying that the team means a lot to the local community.
This deep sense of pride and belonging is keenly felt by the current crop of Liners players too. Daiki Toyoda took over as captain of the team last season.
I was born in this town and grew up here. My father played for the Kintetsu Liners too. I've been treated so well by the team members ever since I was young. All these things make me feel good about them, and I've always had a strong bond with the club. When I was at university, I was spotted by one of their scouts, so I decided to join up.
The club currently play in the Japanese top league, which was set up in 2003 in an effort to boost the game in the country and improve the overall standard of the national team. The league features 16 professional sides, each owned by one of the major corporations. The influx of money from these businesses has meant that the clubs have been able to attract some of the biggest names in world rugby. Former Super Rugby star Andre Taylor made the move over from New Zealand at the start of this season and has settled in well.
It's a lot more open rugby and a lot more faster, I believe. The physicality is not as much as Super Rugby level, but as the time goes on, I'm sure it probably will pick up to become a physical game over here once the Jet boys start getting a bit bigger and doing a bit more gym work and things like that. I'm sure it will be something to look forward to.
Other overseas talent currently on the Liners roster include former Australian international Radiki Samo and ex-rugby league star Frank Winterstein of Samoa. However, the league was developed to boost Japanese rugby, and as such, on any match day, only 4 foreign players can be fielded. The Liners are coached by their former scrum half, RYUSUKE MAEDA. The coach welcomes the international influx to the league.
It's brilliant because the Japanese boys are able to test themselves against some great players from around the world. It gives them invaluable experience. It also gives the team some real depth too. As a coach, I look to the overseas guys to provide the team with power and ability. They are highly skilled players with big personalities to match. My hope is that their qualities rub off on our homegrown talent. And I have to say that I've seen promising signs that this is already beginning to happen.
At the training session we attended, Andre Taylor laid down the law.
We've got to take every training session as 100%.
どの練習も 100% やらないといけないです。
We've got to be hard on ourselves. If someone makes a mistake, we need to tell them.
The Kintetsu Liners play their home games at the 30,000 capacity Hanazono Stadium. Built in 1929, it's the oldest dedicated rugby ground in the country, and for many, the spiritual home of the sport in Japan. The stadium was not initially on the venue list for the 2019 Rugby World Cup. However, the organising committee had a change of heart, and Rugby Town will help host the sports showpiece event.
When we have the World Cup in Japan, it would be almost unthinkable not to hold games in Osaka. At least that's what we believe. Hanazono is a great venue for rugby. Having World Cup matches here will hopefully get more kids from Osaka playing the game. It's important that we focus on the next generation. They are the future of Japanese rugby.
In Japan, children don't start playing rugby union until they're in high school. The Liners have introduced their own campaign to get the sport into primary schools in the Osaka area. First team players visit schools where they help teach PE lessons, which are based on the principles of rugby. Such lessons have proved hugely popular.
I mean, rugby is not really a sport that all these kids are used to, so I mean, it's good to teach them, what rugby is all about, and that how fun it can be. So it's rewarding. Some kids, they love it because they're all used to non-contact sport, and rugby, obviously is something that they're not really used to, and you can tell just by the way they're acting.
It's of great importance to provide kids with the opportunities to play sport, especially to the kids who don't really know about rugby, and to the kids who don't play any sports. Luckily, my father gave me a good reason and opportunity to start playing rugby. But in reality, many kids don't have that chance.
Thanks to initiatives like those introduced by the Kintetsu Liners, Japanese rugby appears capable of flourishing well beyond the landmark event that is the 2019 Rugby World Cup. Subscribe now to our YouTube channel for the very best of Trans World Sports.